Hi, this is Ben Baxter with Accent Software. Today I want to cover a quick tip that could impact any business in any industry, and it has to do with items and purchasing, specifically through the planning or the requisition worksheet. So in this case, we're going to open up the planning worksheet. This tip is specifically around this vendor number field, which may be hidden by default, so you may want to show it on your page. But when I'm buying material, you can see these items here. These are purchased items and they have vendor numbers selected. Now this is not related to the default vendor, which is a great thing to have in when you buy from a very consistent vendor. But in this case, I want to look up and select a different vendor. So if I click this lookup or ellipsis, I get a blank list. And some people get really frustrated with this because they're like, okay, there's no vendor selected, I need to look one up. And it's empty. Well, that is by choice. So this is not looking up to the vendor table, the entire vendor selection. I can't buy any product from any one. I can only buy specific products from vendors that sell that product. So in this case, we have a different item, and when I do a lookup, now I can see there's 3 vendors that I can buy this product from. Not only that, I can see what do they call that item, and I can see how long they generally take to deliver that item, which will impact when I need to order it to have it in by when it's due. So those are all factors that come into play on this field. In order to make this work, what we need to do is set up our parameters on our item. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill into this RM3000 by using the fact box here on the right. And I'm going to go up to the related information about purchases, and you'll see there's a vendor selection. So this is beyond just the default vendor that you define on the item. I'm going into a separate table that's called the item vendor catalog. This is where I go to see the list of approved vendors for that specific item. And you can use a configuration package to mass import this data if you have all of your approved vendors for all of the items in your system. This is different than who manufactures the item. This is specific to the vendors that you can buy the item from. So whenever I do that lookup from the requisition worksheet or the planning worksheet, know that it's coming to the item vendor catalog, because I only want to be able to look up vendors that I can buy this item from. I don't want to see every vendor in my system. That doesn't actually help me. You can type in. So if I don't have it defined, the vendors that I can buy this item from, I can still type it in if I know the vendor. So let's say it's 30,000. It'll accept the value. So as long as it's a valid vendor, I don't have to have the vendor in that defined table to be able to use them. So that is your quick tip. I want to make sure people know their system's not broken. It is a designed, purposeful thing to be able to look up your approved vendors for an item so that you're making valid purchases. If you have questions over inventory planning, over Business Central in general, please reach out to us. Here at Accent Software, we do specialize in manufacturing applications. If you're a manufacturer, we're going to be a really good partner to work with. We know what you generally need. We know how to apply it to those unique needs for your business, and we work great with that environment.